Well, I'm joined now by Myung-koo Kang. He's a professor of political science at Baruch College. Welcome to our broadcast.
Thank you for inviting, Susan.
Tell us about the significance of Moon's visit to the site of the ROK Provisional Government in Chongqing.
I mean, we can think of at least two important dimensions. One is strategic significance of the place, and another one is historical significance. I mean, from a strategic point of view, Chongqing is the beginning, the starting city of One Belt, One Road project of the Chinese government. And One Belt, One Road project is very important. Chinese government is pushing. And then President Moon Jae-in's visit, Chongqing, the starting city of One Belt and One Road, clearly demonstrates South Korean government's strong support of the project itself and the South Korean commitment or desire to participate in this One Belt, One Road, project. Second dimension is historically, I mean, as the report pointed out, provisional government, it was the last city of the headquarters of the provisional government during the Japanese colonial rule. But the important thing is that the President Moon and the Korean government tried to highlight the common historical legacy fighting against Imperial Japan. And it's a very important thing. Instead of highlighting conflict or differences, and then highlighting the common historical legacy and commonalities and strategic interests together and working together for the future. In that sense, this visit of Chongqing was very significant and important.
This visit is really underscoring the common history that these two countries share. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, President Moon, when he actually gave his speech at Peking University, he highlighted, for instance, May 4th movement and even Korean independent movement, forces participation of the Chinese Communist Party in the 1930s and 40s, particularly during the, Sino-Japanese War. And also, the commonality is that as you know well, Korea was colonized by Imperial Japan from 1910 to 1945. And then as the report highlighted during this period, Japanese military and the Japanese government, colonial government, committed a lot of, horrible crimes and atrocities, for instance, Nanjing massacre thing. But as we know well, the Japanese government never ever officially acknowledged it happened. But from this visit, for instance, President Moon Jae-in dispatched his South Korean ambassador to China to attend the commemoration of 80th ceremony of the Nanjing massacre when he arrived in Beijing. Instead of welcoming a South Korean president, he ordered a South Korean ambassador to participate in this 80th national ceremony commemorating all those people killed during the Nanjing massacre. So we can say that this, anti-colonialism or anti-imperialism, in that sense, South Korean president tried to highlight such kind of commitment to a commonality.
The two countries also have some tension between the two of them. China has gone so far to ban group tours to South Korea, to the ROK, and is cracking down on some of these firms operating in China. Have they been able to step beyond this?
In fact, as far as I know, according to the report, the day before yesterday, there was a meeting with Prime Minister Li Kai-cheng, and then South Korean government and the Chinese government reached an agreement. They're going to have a high-level economic talk in February next year. And also the Chinese government seems to have promised that lifting all those retaliatory economic measures against Chinese, Korean companies. So I think this trip and then economic cooperation will be quite, promising. I mean, let me use a kind of, knowledge. For instance, okay. Let me use a kind of analogy. I mean, it's just the beginning of a new restoration of, beginning of new relationship. And to keep balance, if I use an analogy, like riding a bicycle, both governments and society need to work together to keep the balance.
Well, Myung-koo Kang, we certainly appreciate your time. We're going to have to leave it right there. Thank you.